Welcome or welcome back. It's your girl Lilz, and on today's journey, we are going to be talking about 7 lessons I learned in the year 2024. So let's just jump straight into it because I went through a lot this year. And the things that I'm listing are going to be ongoing topics that I would talk about throughout the upcoming year 2025 and beyond, because I feel like these are things that we all go through. And if you don't talk about it, how are you going to heal? How are you going to feel less alone? And yeah, so let's just jump straight into it. So I'm going to list them out and then we'll discuss, okay? So if you want to get out a notepad and all that, go ahead and do so. Oh, and before we do go through this list, are you subscribed? Please subscribe, join my community. If you love talking about life, learning, God, your walk with God, your faith, money, finances, just all the adulting things that we go through, mind, body, soul, fitness, all that good stuff, then let's form a community. My name is Lily, but you can call me Lilz, and we are learning and growing together. Foremost, I would say put God first. Don't abandon yourself. Curiosity creates confidence, which manifests into courage and action. I'm reading from my notes down here. Journaling saved my life. Get your money right. Fitness is key. And of course, gratitude. So all of these topics, and let me know which one resonates with you the most, because I know for me, when I was putting this list together last night, I realized I probably could have listed 70 things, but I don't want to be yapping, and we're going to be talking all year long. So let's just start small and work our way up. But if you've been following along, or if you're brand new, welcome. I have been talking about my journey with God and Jesus, and really being curious and wanting to learn more and fully understand what that means for me. Someone framed this in a video I was watching, and I'm very curious. I like to ask questions. And this is something I didn't really do in my past. I would just kind of latch onto what people told me to do. I would just kind of latch on to other people's lives and experiences and make them my own. So it wasn't until recently, now as I turned 40 in April, did I realize that I didn't really know myself. I didn't really know God, and I didn't know what that felt like. And I went to Catholic school, I went to Christian church. Like I've been through a lot of experiences with the church, but it wasn't really ever truly for me. And I feel like for the first time in 40 years, I'm finally on my own journey and my own walk with God. And even just finishing reading the book of Luke right before Christmas, I read a chapter every day before Christmas Eve, because there's 24 chapters. They called it the Luke Challenge. Did I learn and truly understand who Jesus is and was, and how I should be living like Jesus? Even those bracelets, like what would Jesus do? I used to wear one, but I used to think they were so corny. And now I'm like, oh my God, it makes me like really slow down and think twice before I react, before I get impatient, before I get angry, or even before I'm being generous or kind. It's like, yes, this is what I'm going to do. This is what Jesus would do. And that's a whole new feeling. It's a whole new ballpark that I'm in right now, and a whole new realm that I'm in right now that is interesting enough. Basically this journey that I'm on. And throughout this whole entire year, it really wasn't until recently that it all clicked. And I'm so grateful, because I was always told to put God first, and I did, but it was always just a saying. It didn't really feel real. It just felt like if I say put God first, it's like good coins like along the way. And it wasn't until, like I said, until this year, fairly recently, over the holiday break, that, when I realized I had abandoned myself, people were turning their back on me. I was feeling shame and guilt for my own actions. And even at times when I was winning at life, God wasn't my first. I didn't realize God was always there, but I also didn't believe that God had abandoned me. So now my first thank you is to God. My first I need you. My first let me tell you what tell me what to do. My first line of defense, my first line of offense, love, focus, and my first line of thank you, gratitudes. And once I really turned to God, especially when I had nothing, my life, my attitude, my gratitude, my focus all shifted. And my life felt alive again. And that leads me to my next point, number 2, is don't abandon yourself. Because I think this is where the depression, the anxiety, the emptiness starts to creep up or take over. Because I realized that I knew myself, but it wasn't strong enough to where I was willing to risk certain friendships or certain jobs to really just let God put me on a path towards things that bring me joy or that are meant for me, my purpose. And for years, especially recently, I just felt like my actions were not aligning with what was happening in my mind. And it wasn't until recently where I had a shakeup within my friend group that I realized, I had abandoned myself. Like once I kind of separated or was separated from certain energies and I started focusing God and focusing on, the upcoming year and what I want to achieve, what I want to focus on, I just felt so much lighter. I felt so much clearer. I just felt less stressed. I mean, don't get me wrong. I was still sad and scared and a little depressed for a while when things happened, but with God, me really putting God first and this whole year spending time with God and learning how to trust God, trust myself, trust the process, trust the abundance, I don't ever want to abandon myself again. So on this journey of not abandoning myself is taking time to get to know me, my likes, my dislikes, my joys, my fun, my favorite things, my favorite places, my favorite people. Basketball was one of those gateways towards me finding joy, and playing basketball, watching basketball, especially women's professional sports. That led me down a path that I was just like, I don't want anyone to interfere with this. I don't care if people make fun of me. I don't care if people think anything. And it was that slight moment that I realized, wow, I was putting everyone else first because I loved them, but I wasn't putting me first, or wasn't, prioritizing myself. And if I did, it would be like in secret, or I would watch a little bit and then go do what everyone else wanted to do. So a lot of big shifts happening. But going back to number 3, curiosity. Curiosity creates confidence, which manifests into courage and action. I think my want and need for information, for confirmation, for understanding in people, in definitions, in God and Jesus, in life, has given me the confidence that I need in order to, giving me the courage first to be confident and take leaps of faith, quit my job, quit my 9 to 5, save money, lose money, win, fail, and that has allowed me to take risks that I wouldn't normally take, and also to dig deeper on like, why do I feel sad? Why is my mood attached to my lack of money? When I'm low on money, why am I so depressed? Yes, I'm human, but there has to be more, and then like, who is God? What is God? I believe in you. I put you first, but why? Why have I been doing this? And it's okay to challenge your beliefs. It's okay to question your beliefs. It doesn't mean you love God or won't follow God any more or less. I mean, maybe, but for me personally, it was more like, when you're forming relationships with people, even on this world or even yourself, you have to have those deep connections, that understanding. And I'm so glad that my curiosity has led me this far in my journey, in life, in business, relationships, health, everything. So stay tuned, more to come. And on this journey, journaling, number 4, journaling has saved my life. And this is, journaling every single day this year, not skipping a day. I can count maybe 3 or 4 days where I skipped my morning routine. And they were probably some of the worst days on the second half of the year when I really committed to doing this every day. They were probably some of the worst days ever. And I think we all need that outlet. Some people it's the gym, some people it's prayer, some people it's journaling, some people it's reading, some people it's meditation, some people it's walking, whatever it is for you. Find that thing. Some people it's running. And for me, it's been journaling. And I love to write. It's my safe space. And I put it all in there. And that has helped me to work through some of the toughest issues I've gone through. It led me to God and what it means to, to learn to be like Jesus and to truly know myself. So if you don't have an outlet, I suggest you find one that is safe, healthy, and rewarding. So for me, it's journaling, and I'm pumped to see where this will take me, in the upcoming year. So again, stay tuned. Number 5, get your money right. If you have no money, it's time to get creative. I heard this last night in a podcast. And start making floor money. What is floor money? Like, I'm in my nephew's room right now. Let's just say this is all my stuff. I would start selling, reselling, donating, getting rid of things, volunteering my time, vlogging, applying for jobs temporarily until I could get my feet, get back on my feet, because it's go time. It's go time, and then having money isn't everything. But like I said earlier, my mood is attached to how my money is, and I'm still working through that. I'm still healing money traumas, but some of my confidence does come from when I work hard, when I invest in myself. It's so rewarding because I'm able to give back. I'm learning how to tithe. I'm learning how to donate, and doing that from a place of joy, not just a place of obligation, which I have felt that was always like my entire life. So get your money right. Start small. If you have to call those creditors or your bill collectors and say, I need another month, but have a plan. Know it's temporary. Know that I'm giving myself 3 months to grind, to work hard and get myself back on my feet, downsize, declutter, get rid of some of the junk that's preventing you, the obstacles, the barriers that are preventing you from moving forward, okay? Even people, I'm telling you, it'll make a world of a difference. So, and pray on it. Always, always, always pray on it, and go to God and let go. Just release it. You know what I mean? So again, we will talk about this because I am also on a debt-free journey. You can go back and watch other videos on my page of me discussing my debt-free journey, because it's real. Like I said, 2024 tested and stretched me down to my last dollars to pay for my bills. But we got it done. And when I say we, that's God. Thank you, God. Thank you, Jesus. All right, number 6, fitness is key. I was a former athlete. I did well in sports, so I was always fit. And then, you grow up, you don't play sports as much, you don't move as much. And to me, in my mind, I always felt like, well, all I have to do is this. All I have to do is this. This is what I did in high school. This is what I did in college. But it's not as easy as that. And I feel like the older we get, you just need to work out. No ifs, ands, or buts. You need to work out. And I don't mean like doing insanity or doing one of those extreme, doing a marathon. Like, you have to train for those things. And it's more here than it is physical. And my mind wasn't right up until this last year, where I was like, oh my God, I'm about to be 40. And I see how the older generation walks and limps and is in so much pain. And I think about, maybe they just, what were they lacking? And I thought about the trajectory of my life, and I was like, dang, I'm kind of going down that same path where, you wake up, you work, you relax, and then you get back in bed. I wasn't walking anymore. I wasn't playing as much basketball. I wasn't, trying new hobbies. And once I accepted, like, okay, I have to move my body at minimum 20 minutes of stretching and or walking, minimum. And once I made up my mind and started playing basketball again, started running and walking, and then I eventually started playing tennis, I started doing step aerobics, it changed my whole life. And again, it clicked. So start moving your body. No excuses. No leeway, nothing. Start stretching. If you don't want to work out, if you don't want to sweat, just start stretching. Little things like this. Start with your hands, your fingers, because we're on our phones all day. You know what I mean? It could be skincare, your skincare routine. See, my neck's, that's probably not normal. But fitness is key because I always feel good after a walk, after stretching, before I wake, when I wake up or before I go to bed. Especially before you go to bed, stretch, because especially your hip area. And again, we will talk about this in future episodes, but fitness has been key for me and my mental health and my spiritual walk as well. And I'm not going backwards at all. If anything, this journey this year has taught me I'm not going backwards. I'm powering forward, and the main way I'm doing that is with God, through Jesus, trust in myself, and of course, gratitude. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. Need I say more? If you are struggling in life, if you are down and out, or if you are experiencing hardship, a breakup, loss, whatever the case may be, I know it doesn't seem like things can get out of the shadows or that things are going to turn around, but they do, and they will. You know what I mean? Like God's rejection is God's protection. I really believe that. And it's okay to be in your feelings for the moment, but then start day by day action plan. If it means going back through the list that I just went through, like if you don't want to talk to anyone, talk to your journal. If you don't want to write, talk to God. If you don't want to talk to God, meditate, be still. If you don't want to be still and you don't want to hear your thoughts, play your favorite songs and jam out. Maybe start a new hobby. Talk to an old friend. Talk to somebody. But if all else fails, gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. Get out a piece of paper, look around you, look within. I'm thankful for my skin. I'm thankful for my hair. I'm thankful for my voice. I'm thankful for smell, for my senses, for my hands that move, that I have 2 hands, that I have clothes to wear, that I'm warm. Like there's a million things just in this little vicinity of my nephew's room that I could be grateful for. There's a million things within my body, on my body, that I could be thankful for. And I've noticed, even when I'm just naming one thing, it shifts my whole attitude. It's like, oh yeah. What am I appreciative for? And sometimes, especially when you're down and out, and don't forget to celebrate your wins. Don't forget to celebrate your wins either. Because eventually those wins will outnumber the losses and the hurt and the pain. I guarantee it. But if you are down and out, I'm learning for myself personally to love what I don't like and what no longer serves me. And have gratitude for that. As contradictory as that may seem, it's true. I'm in a place now where I'm like, man, thank you so much for removing me from those situations. Although it was dramatic and painful, thank you for getting me out of those situations and giving me another chance to get to know God, to get to know myself, to try life again. Get to know myself, get to love myself, and build community, and eventually help many, 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 many other people on their walk of life and spirituality and faith and eventually religion. We'll get into those topics later. I'm still exploring the idea of religion, but for right now, 2024 was one of them years, but I am so grateful that I went through it. I'm glad that I'm able to smile at this point in time, because there were a lot of dark times throughout this year where I was just like, on the couch, like, what are we doing, God? Where am I going? Is my life even worth it? Like, how am I impacting these people? Is it even working? Am I doing the right work? I had so many questions, and I'm glad that God answers me quickly. And when God doesn't answer me quickly, I know there's still work to be done. So I just wanted to open up this conversation with you all and touch on 7 topics that resonate deep with me. And if they resonate with you, please hit that subscribe button and let me know in the comments how you're feeling and how your 2024 was and what you intend on doing for the upcoming new year, whether it's 2025, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, whatever the case may be. It starts right now. Right now. So that's all I got. And I will continue to post throughout the rest of the year. And I'm grateful for my community that we are forming here. And we're on this journey together. And I'm going to keep learning. And remember, life is a blessing. Trust the abundance. Talk soon.